This is a ShowMe that's going to talk to you and teach you about color schemes. Here's a picture of the color wheel, and there are 10 color schemes that we're going to talk about today. The first one is the primary colors, and that is red, yellow, and blue. So if you're creating a painting or a drawing that just wanted to be primary colors, you would use all three, red, yellow, and blue. The second color scheme is secondary colors, and that is using green, orange, and purple. And if you wanted to create a painting with secondary colors, again, you would just use green, orange, and purple. Most of them include 3 colors. That makes it the most obvious. Otherwise, it's just 2 colors. So pretty much a minimum of 3 colors is what makes a color scheme. 3 is the tertiary colors. It's all the ones with the double name. There are 12 of them. So yellow, orange, you would use yellow, orange, yellow, green, blue, green. So you could use just those 3. You could use yellow, orange. You could use yellow, orange, red, purple, and blue, green, and that would be fine. You need any combination of those 6 colors that you would like to create a color scheme that's tertiary colors. Number 4 is the complementary colors. That means something that is directly across from each other. So complementary colors are directly across from each other, meaning yellow and purple are complementary colors. So it's almost like you're drawing a diameter through the middle of the circle. Blue and orange are complementary colors, and red and green are complementary colors. One interesting thing about them is that when you mix them, they neutralize and create kind of a brownish gray. That's what this neutral chromatic circle in the middle is for. So for my class, at least, when you're filling in a complementary color scheme, you would use those 2 colors. So let's say yellow and purple. And then if you had to have a 3rd color, if I require it, you would actually mix them and make a brown or a dark gray. As in yellow and purple make more of a gray, and then blue and orange make a much deeper, like almost more chocolatey or cardboard brown. But you can make paintings that are just those 2 colors. This is the one exception to the 3 color rule. The 5th color scheme is split complementary, and it's a little trickier, but let's say we're going to start with, for example, our yellow and purple. So we're going to choose those 2 colors, but in this one we're actually going to split one of the complementaries and choose the 2 next to it. So I'm choosing to keep yellow, and we're actually going to not use the purple, but use the red, purple, and blue, purple next to it, and use yellow. So these 3 will be the only 3 colors on our palette. We will not end up using the purple itself. So another example of that would be orange. If we knew we wanted to use orange, we would use orange on our palette, and then blue, purple, and blue, green. Not in any blue, but include the 2 intermediate colors. They're actually one color across the color wheel and 2 from the opposite side, and they almost make a Y. Now you can do the same thing with the taking a split complementary. So we could start with yellow, green, and use red and purple as our 3 colors. So even though this is a primary and that's a secondary, we can just use one tertiary, and that's fine too. The 6th one is analogous colors, and that means anything that's literally next to each other. So you can do 3, 4, maybe up to 5. I wouldn't do 6 because then that's just half the color wheel, but those 3 would be fine. You could do those 4. You can do anything that's directly in a row. Those would be analogous colors. The 7th is cool colors, and that is green, blue, and purple. So yellow, green, and red, purple can kind of go either way depending on the color scheme you're using, but cool colors are blue, green, and purple, and those intermediate as well. Something that can help you remember that is thinking about how they paint ice or water or things that are really cold and cool that are generally in liquid form are generally blues and purples, maybe sometimes a little bit of green. The 8th one is warm colors, and that is, you guessed it, red, orange, and yellow. Thinking about things that are hot, flame, red, orange, and yellow, fire, the sun, those kinds of things. Those are warm things that are called warm colors. And again, yellow and red, purple can go either way. The 9th one is monochromatic. Mono literally means one, and chromatic means color. So you're choosing one color, so let's just say blue, for example, with tints and shades. And so a tint is the color plus white, and a shade is the color plus black. So we're using the three colors that we would use would be a light blue, and a dark blue, and a regular blue. Another one would be pink, red, and maroon. That would be a monochromatic color scheme. So you would use those three colors on your palette to make your piece. The last and final one is the neutral color scheme. That includes black, white, brown, and gray. So anything that is not on the color wheel, those generally fall if you're looking at a color wheel in the middle. So black, white, brown, and gray, any kind of combination of the four.